And here we go. Let's dive right into it. Um, I just did a very powerful meditation. And I told my sweetheart all about it just afterwards. And it wasn't I changed the way that I did a specific meditation that I've been doing every day. And the outcome was just, it was out of this world. And it was so cool, and it reminded me. I purchased a book called, I believe it's called "Feeling Is the Secret" by Neville Goddard, and it's just the truth. So this comes down to manifestation. This comes down to energy. This comes down to being that which you wish to attract or experience. That's just the way that it is. Um, and so, what I've been very interested in recently is there's a contrast here, right? So, you can either come from the Newtonian view of things, right, and you can cause an effect, right? And causing an effect is like going after something for 10, 20 years and then finally feeling the feeling that comes with what caused the feeling, right? Like, say, for instance, it's, I don't know, you went for a high ranked position for 10 or 20 years, and then you finally got you finally achieved it, right? So then you got to feel what it feels like to be in that, right? And these are feelings like, joy, I don't know, peace, stillness, euphoria, ecstasy, those elevated emotions that come with excuse me, these different experiences. So what's very interesting is that there's the Newtonian aspect of it. Okay, do what you need to do for 10 to 20 years, and then you will cause an effect. The cause is the outcome. You achieved a position, right? Um, the effect is the positive emotions that come with it, right? You could also look at things from a quantum standpoint, right? So instead of going out after something, you could bring something to yourself. And how do you do that? Again, feeling is the secret. You have to start with the feeling, because instead of causing an effect, you're essentially effecting a cause, right? So the cause is the action. It's what you're doing. It's the pursuit of getting that which is not here with you already. So you're going to have to go over there for it, right? So that's causing an effect. Effecting a cause is the opposite. It's feeling as though what it is that you're looking for is real, and that it's already present in your reality. So what would that look like? That would look like sitting down in meditation and, you know, feeling the feelings that would come with that or those experiences, right? And attracting based on that. So it's kind of like, all right, so, you know, it's like literally, it's just the opposite. That's just all that it is. And I just think that this is so fascinating because, like, I'll say it this way. What I previously considered before this knowledge, this information, was just, you know, running after what it is that I want, right? But now that I'm waking up and I'm doing these meditations every single day, and I'm feeling what it feels like, I'm actually realizing that the pursuit of this stuff is effortless. That it's not even like, sometimes some things, when it was causing an effect, it was like, you know, and it's very interesting how, like, I don't know, pursuit can do that. But when you feel like, all right, say for instance you have a dream life, right? And you know exactly what that dream life that dream life looks like, down to the detail, getting specific. The one thing that you have to really focus on here for effecting a cause is specification, right? being as specific as possible down to the fine details is what actually brings the reality to you. And this stuff's real. So I'm like looking at it right now and I'm like, oh, this is very interesting. Like this is how this all unfolds. This is how this works and everything. And now I'm going to dive into the next part of how this is all very interesting to me and how this unfolding in my life is showing me just how consumed and I guess the word defaulted I've been in like negative low energy emotions. Because like if you're going to affect a cause, what you need to do is feel. Again, feeling is the secret. And so if what you've been used to is living in a place of survival, in a place of lack, living in the the hormones of stress, right? That's survival. You're creating from the known. You're only creating more of what you've already experienced. But instead, if you step into the unknown and you actually dive into your feelings, it all changes. But the thing that's been so interesting for me on behalf of this is that there's been such a serious pull throughout my entire life, especially earlier on in my life, into negative low energy emotions. A very serious pull. I've been pulled down into the darkness and everything. And, again, this goes back to what I have to say, what you are used to will use you. And that's just the way that is. So if what's comfortable for you are these negative low energy emotions and, the belief systems that come with them, because you have belief systems that actually trap you inside of these negative low energy emotions, and they will actually do everything that they can to continue to get you to believe that there's nothing else for you. That it's a prison. But then when you finally start realizing that it's just belief systems and that, it's all just automatic in a program and you get to change that, and, that means sitting inside of, positive, elevated emotions and everything, joy, ecstasy, euphoria, peace, happiness, all that stuff. It's just, it changes the dynamics of everything moving forward. And when you stay there, when you live there, is when your life starts to unfold in very wild ways, like incredible ways. And so, like right now, what I'm focusing on is conditioning my body into those elevated emotions, right? Now, I've heard many people say, oh, well, you can't just stay there. Things are going to happen in life, and it's going to fucking tear you down, and it's going to pull you out, it's going to rip you apart. You can't stay there. It's not possible to stay in that elevated good stuff. It's just not possible. Don't think it's possible. Again, what are those? Belief systems. So that's what's very interesting to me, and just like noticing all of that stuff and deconstructing it, because it will stay there and it will destroy you if you don't become aware of it and if you don't actually productively work with it and work through it. It's incredible because I'm listening to the way that people talk, right? I'm listening to, because that's it. The way that people talk are affirmations. That's how this stuff works. Affirmations are happening all the time. They're just thoughts. They're thoughts. They're what you say to other people, to yourself. That's it. Oh, I'll never be good enough. I'll never be able to do this. I never have energy. I'm always tired. Okay. Okay. Keep telling yourself that. You'll keep living that way. That is the known. That is survival. That is the comfort. And stepping outside of that is scary for people because, one of the most interesting things here is that they've created an entire identity around that. So the gravity, the pull, the dynamic of, keeping someone stuck there, it's very real. But that's not to say that it's impossible to get out of that, because it's not impossible. It's completely possible. And what you have to do is you have to catch yourself consciously in the act as you're being pulled into it. But it's very interesting. I think that we all grew up with these ideas of, hard work and, like blood, sweat, and tears and everything. And I'm not going to sit here and say that you don't have to do anything, it'll come to you. you have to do. You have to feel. Feeling again. That's the secret. And when you can master that, that will change the dynamics of everything for you. Um, but a lot of people are working in a way that suggests that what it is they're after is separate from them. That's repelling energy. That's resistant energy. That does not get you what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for. So once you change the dynamic of that, everything else changes.